has been made about the nature of food addiction. What do you guys think? Is food, or the act of eating too much of it, an addiction? It's the thing that people who have trouble with their eating often lean on, right? It's not a function of my thinking, it's a function of my genetics. I can't help it. I'm addicted to food. Let me tell you what I think, but before we get into that, I'll just explain that over the years, I've met all manner of people. When I think of addiction and addicts, a spectrum of folks cross my mind. I remember a guy named Errol. Maybe about 10 years ago, it's a while back. I met Errol. I went to their work where he was at. They did construction. And I did a presentation, and Errol was in the back talking the most ish out of everybody. Jokes at every, chance he got, little quips here and there. He's the life of the party. Errol is also heavy. He's a man of addiction. Even though I don't know the man, I see him after the presentation chain smoking cigarettes, right? He's wearing his addiction. He's got to be the center of attention. All of this kind of points in that direction. Me, myself, a long time I smoked cigarettes. I used to smoke a pack a day. Today, I'm proud to say 0. So I can kind of pick some of these guys out in the crowd, but the point is this. I talked to Errol. I brought him in for training. I didn't think he was going to accept, right? He let in about, his alimony payments being a source of obstacles that he had to overcome, but we got him in the gym and we started working out. Errol, it turns out, was on his last legs, heavy, diabetic, smoking too much, sedentary, jokester all the way through and through, an addict. I've had plenty of people come into the gym to work out. Cigarette addiction, drinking addiction, people who have brought beers into the gym, who sat outside the gym smoking cigarettes. Is this a thing that we can overcome? And in the way of eating and diet, how do we do that? It's like this, right? These things are maladies of the mind in large order. Yes, there's a physical component, but a lot of times it takes us conquering the things in our mind. It's the A's, the B's, and the C's of decision making. That thing that triggers us is the A. The B is the behavior. That's the thing you can change. So when I get upset or frustrated or pissed off, I'm going to go pick up a cigarette. If I don't get exposed maybe to chemical addiction, I'm going to go and try and dive into some fast food. Maybe it's every time I get done working out, and I know people like this, I'll make a quick stop at In-N-Out. And I'll overeat, thinking, hey, I just burned 300 calories. I'm going to go get 1,000 just to feel better. Which brings us to the C's of what I'm talking about, the A, B's, and C's, the consequence, the way you feel afterward. Now, it's not really psychobabble. This is actually a thing. And again, because of my own battle, I can attest to it. So is food an addiction? The act of feeling better and the things you do to feel better, your behaviors, that definitely can be an addiction. You love online gaming and you do it too much. You love sleep, you sleep too much. You love looking good at the parties, at the clubs. You buy too many clothes, you go shopping. All of those are varying levels of, yes, addictions. And how do we conquer them? How did Errol manage to lose his weight? We had to dial in, see what the bothersome thing was, which for him was family stuff, taking care of his kids, right? Again, the ex-wife that he was mentioning in a way was maybe draining his batteries, but it was his responsibility to re-energize himself. That was his deal. What's yours? Do you have these? You definitely know someone that does. And it's the thing that we do, the behavior that we gotta change. When we do those things, we feel better. When we don't do them, we feel like crap. So, you wanna know more about how we get to that last part, the C, where we don't feel like crap? Visit me, CoachJohanCSCS.com. That's CoachJohanCSCS.com. and find more resources. Till then, do your best to train your mind to make better choices about your eating in your life so you can feel better. It's all about feeling good, isn't it?